Thursday afternoon drive. Of course, it is Vasaki today as well, so a little bit of a Vasaki tofa for you here on Drive Time. Now, if you watched Pardes Mein Mera Dil, well, you're probably still watching it. You may recognise this very of us, all right? He is my special guest joining me here on Drive Time. In fact, his character Veer got killed off yesterday. If you're watching the show, from that show, Pardes Mein Mera Dil, it is Laksh Lalwani who joins me here. Laksh, welcome to my show. How are you doing?
Thank you so much, Raj, for welcoming me. I'm doing absolutely great. What's up with you?
I'm good, Laksh. I know I've been talking to our middleman for some time to get you here on my show, so I'm so glad that you are here on my show today. Laksh, you know, it was a bit of a shocker, really, the way you were killed off in Pardes Mein Mera Dil this week. How's it been for you? I mean, how has life been for you since you took the role of Veer on Pardes Mein Mera Dil?
It went really well. The way I started off my character, Veer Mera, I established it, in a certain way that people like it, people fall in love with him. Though he was a negative, he was a grey shade, he was a great character, but I made sure that, it never got any negative vibe from the people, from the audiences. And I'm very glad that the people who watched it and who are still watching it are really liking my performances, liking the way I portrayed my character. So yeah, pretty much about it. And yeah, it was a shock to me as well when the character died. Though I knew about it, that he's going to die soon, but, not good to see yourself getting
I know.
Done in a show, yeah.
Indeed, because when I was watching, I was like, what? Is this how you're going to die? So it was a bit of a sad ending. But did you speak to the producers about, I don't know, keeping your character kind of like open, like an open ending, so you can maybe return one day instead of like being killed off?
No. We had a word. I had a word with my producers and my creatives, and we came up with a mutual conclusion. This was a mutual ground, and I was pretty convinced with it. I was, it was bit of a task for me to not get convinced, but yeah, that was it. I had to die. So yeah, I'm done.
Man, yeah. Laksh, I mean, what was the reason behind you leaving the show? Obviously, we've heard so many rumours, so many different kind of news stories that we've seen, but you're telling us here on the radio. I mean, what was the real reason that you wanted to leave?
So I think it was in the month of January or maybe mid-Feb when I decided to, just get done with the show and look for something better for myself. And it wasn't something on the personal ground. It was completely professional, and I think that every person needs to move on at some point of his or her life. So that's exactly what happened to me. While doing the show, I was getting everything I could. The character they gave me, it was a brilliant, it was a beautiful character which I was playing. But it was just that it wasn't going anywhere. It wasn't going the way I thought it would go. So just to see myself growing a level ahead, I took a call and I decided to let go of it, and that's how they came on a conclusion to kill me in the show in a very violent way, in a negative way. So that's how it is.
Because Laksh, the way the show was launched was with quite a fanfare, and it was meant to be one of Star Plus's one of its big shows. Obviously, the ratings in India haven't really depicted that. In the UK, it is running as one of the top 3 shows, so it's doing really well here in the UK. What do you think it is? What do you think the audiences, have accepted it here and not so much in India?
See, in India, I think people has a different mindset. In London, people have a different mindset, and when they watch television, our Indian audiences take a lot of time to, digest things. They only relate to particular characters. If they like someone, they will only like that particular character, and they will not switch to any other character. On the other hand, if you see audiences in London, that I get so many of my fans sending me those DMs and those beautifully made edits and handmade and everything crafts they keep sending me. So I think it's more about that. They get hooked on to the entire story rather than getting only hooked on a particular character. I think it's basically that.
Maybe that, yeah. When did you realize in the show that you're probably thinking, do you know what, I'm getting a bit bored of this character, I'm going to leave? When was the decision made?
It happened in late January or maybe early Feb, when it was a mess. Okay, it wasn't going anywhere. My character, I was doing well for myself. I was doing well for the show, but I personally thought that I can see every person know their capabilities. Okay, I knew that I am something that can do a little better than this. So why not give a shot, give it a try? And that shot can only be taken if you get done with this one thing and then step into another. So that was completely about it. It was completely professional. I was only concerned about my self-growth, and I was pretty much there.
Of course, it's Balaji are behind the show, so it's a massive name on television and
Yeah,
also
it surely
in
is,
the industry. Were you expecting a lot more from the house? I mean, why do you think the show hasn't worked as well as one was hoping it to?
See, I would say it didn't work. I don't know why it didn't work, but I think from Ekta ma'am to every actor in the show, we all worked very hard to pull it off. But it's all about the ratings. That's how it works in India. It somehow didn't get the ratings we were expecting. So there's no reason to it. I think it's just there. Okay, you might be making the best of the show. You think it's the best, but maybe for the audience it's not the best. So you never know which show will get the best ratings and which show will get the worst ratings.
And when you were offered the role of Veer in the show, was that the character that you always wanted to do, or was it maybe the lead, or maybe another role in the show?
See, I never see for me as an actor, I never see what's the definition. Is it a parallel lead or a negative lead or a main lead? I just hear the story. I just want to know what the character is, what are the roots of the character, what are the shades that will be given to the character eventually. And I think when I was told about Veer Mehra, everybody, including our directors, our script writers, including all the actors, they knew that Veer Mehra is the strongest character and will be the strongest character in the show because he is out and out grey. He has a very strong ideology, which is very, very biased. And I think, that worked for me.
Okay.
That's the only thing I look to.
Yeah. I got to say, I mean, when I was watching it, there was a lot of, as a character that had a lot of negative shades, you being drunk on the show, as in your character being drunk in the show, doing all sorts with Drashti's character, Naina. It was a very kind of bad man kind of character. So, do you think, playing a negative role could kind of impact your kind of future work? I mean, do you ever think about things like that?
No, I never think about that because, I have done shows. I've done shows before for this also, and I've played out and out positive, very decent guy, very sober guy, and then I quickly played a character which is completely contrast. So I think it's for an actor you need to discover yourself. You need to have that range that people should know that you can pull off any character that will be given to you. So I think that's the reason I picked it up. It never came to me, it never occurred to me that okay, buddy, it's a negative character. It's gonna hamper your maybe your career. So it never came to me. Luckily I got a good show after that, Pardes also.
Yeah, no, true.
Which is completely positive,
Indeed. Laksh, of course, you're leaving behind a lot of friends that you've made on the sets of Pardes. How is that? How is that for you the last day on the shoot?
I think that's a big loss, a big loss. I was very close to Drashti, Alok Bhai and Arjun Bhai. I was very close to all of them. I will miss them, definitely I will miss them. And I keep visiting them. Like I went to meet them yesterday only. They were shooting near my place. So I went to meet them and they were said, why did you leave? And, I said, it's done now. It's done. We meet surely again in some other show now.
Okay.
Yeah, that's about it.
Laksh, okay, so Pardes is behind you now. And there's been a lot of rumors about other kind of shows, all right? One in particular is a show on Sony TV, Porous, which is talked about quite a lot. Can you tell us any more about your future work?
My future work? Okay, so if you're asking me, then I have to tell you this. I have recently signed a historic show. It's basically based on a warrior, Indian warrior called Porus, and I will be playing Porus only. So it's a story about Porus and Alexander, how Alexander wanted to come to India and conquer it, and how Porus was a defender and protected India against him. So it's about that.
You know what, I've got to say congratulations to you because it is a massiff role and something different as well. A show that's never been aired in India before, something like that anyway. An Indian adaptation of it. So are you?
That was the only intention, that's what the only we thought about, that people only talk about Game of Thrones, Spartacus, and stuff like that, Vikings. Why isn't there a single Indian show which people talk about? So that's the only intention we have in our mind. I and my producer. We talked about it. We said, we should be doing this. We should be doing something like this.
Oh, brilliant.
And it's now good to go.
Okay. So obviously you left Pardes, and then after Pardes, did you decide to do this one, or was it while Pardes was going on, you're thinking, you know what, I've got this offer, I might just go to this show instead?
Yeah. So after I left Pardes, I was in a relaxed mode. I was just relaxing. I was just listening to music. I was writing. I was going to places, meeting my friends, meeting my family. And then all of a sudden I got a call from my producer. He's saying, Laksh, just come over. I need you to listen to one of the scripts that I've written currently. So I just went over to his place and he narrated the entire story and my character. So I said, yeah, it's something very different. It's more challenging. It's something that I was actually looking forward to, which would be more challenging than what I have and will be playing now. So yeah, that was the only intention. I knew for a fact that it's going to be way more challenging than the rest of my characters I've played. So I think, yeah, that's the only sole reason that I said yes to it.
It sounds like an epic show. It's going to be something different for us. So looking forward to seeing that here in the UK.
It's going to be extremely different.
So when are you starting shooting for it? And have you decided? Has the producer decided on the female lead in the show as well? Because there's been a lot of rumors about that.
I think that's something I have no clue about. And the shooting process will begin from next month, I would say.
Next month. Okay, so it's not too long. Yeah. So you've got a bit of a break at the moment.
Not too long.
And then you're going to be starting shooting.
No break. I would tell you that I'm still preparing for it. Horse riding, sword fighting, martial arts, whatnot. And I'm like going all bonkers now, yeah.
Wow. And what about holidays? Are you not taking any holidays? You're not going to take a trip to the UK anytime soon?
I will. I will surely come and promote my new show there if my channel decides to do so. Definitely, that would be the reason to come there.
Oh, brilliant. Laksh, I got to say, it's been fantastic talking to you. And, sorry to see you go on Pradesh. But, not too long before we see you back on TV in Porus on Sony TV.
Yeah.
Have you got a final message for all your fans that are listening here in the UK?
Pardon, I didn't get you.
Sorry, I said, have you got a final message for all your fans that are listening worldwide?
Okay. Yeah, definitely. I would love to do that. So to all my fans out there, I know you guys keep sending me all those DMs and beautiful edits that you guys make, and thanks a lot for supporting me. Thanks a lot for loving me always. Thanks a lot for supporting all the characters that I've played till now. And I hope you will also like Porus, and I'm preparing hard for it. So fingers crossed. And that's it.
Really looking forward to seeing. Laksh, I'm looking forward to seeing how you're going to be looking in that, because it's quite a historical show. So it's going to be something different to see you in. So yeah, I think there's a lot of prep that's going to go into it. But we're quite excited to see you in a different kind of avatar. So all the best with that. And also,
thanks a lot.
Can I say wish you a happy Vaisakhi and also a happy Easter as well, because it is this week.
To you too, Raj.
Thank you. Thank you so much. All right, take care.
My pleasure.
Thank you very much. Okay, bye-bye. There you go. That's Laksh Lalwani, by the way. He, as you know, got killed off yesterday. Not him, but as in his character. Veed got killed off yesterday in Pardes Mein Mera Dil on Star Plus. You can see the aftermath of that tonight at 8 p.m. here in the UK on Star Plus, all right? And all the best to him as well, because he's got this new show on Sony TV that's called Porus that is starting very soon. Right, don't go anywhere.